First, can you tell me a little bit about what you guys are working on right now?
Gosh, I guess the biggest thing we're working on with Habitat right now is getting students involved. And so to do that, we've been working on some houses in the greater Cincinnati-land area. We've also had people work at Restore, and then we're planning some fundraising activities so that we could send a group of NKU students to El Salvador to do a build in a remote town in El Salvador next year. I went as a scouting mission this past year to El Salvador, and it's a wonderful experience for folks. We built a house on the side of a volcano out in rural El Salvador. So a great international experience, great people. I'd really like our students to get to go.
That's great. So it's mainly for fundraisers? That's how you pay for all of this?
Yes, we try to raise some money. What we do is when we raise money, we give some of it to Habitat, Tri-States Habitat, because we want to help them build the houses they're building.
Mm-hmm.
And then we can use some of the money for scholarships for events that we do. And then also we're trying to save up to do an NKU house where we pay for the whole thing.
Oh, wow.
That's a 4-year goal because it costs almost $100,000 of money you have to raise in order to do a complete house by yourself.
Okay, good.
But we're brand new, and so we think within 4 years we should have the capacity to do that.
How has being a part of Habitat for Humanity affected your life personally?
Oh, I've always been interested in Habitat. I enjoy building houses and working on houses, and enjoy having the opportunity to give people who normally would not be able to own a house of their own an opportunity of a lifetime. It's such a privilege. It's part of what this country is based on, was owning a house at some point in one's life. And sad to say, for a growing number of people in this country, they've not been able to afford to have a house of their own. Cost of housing's gone up. Salaries are staying about the same. The gap between the rich and the poor is growing. And so more and more people aren't having that opportunity. So working for Habitat, you get to find really good, hard-working people who deserve to have a house, and you help them get one.
Good. Do you have any favorite stories or memories since you've been a part of this?
Oh, golly. Northern has had a long history, actually, of being involved in Habitat. I think we haven't had a chapter. We've had a loose affiliation. As many as 5 or 10 years ago, we would build components of houses here on campus. They would bring all the material, and I always enjoyed that. You know, I'd come out and help build walls, for example. We'd build them here on campus. They'd put them on a truck. They'd take them out to the house. That was really good. We've been working on a couple of houses, one in Newport that's almost ready for someone to move into. It was a house that was built over 100 years ago that was Habitat agreed to rehab, and so we've had our students out working on that house. And then we've worked on a couple new houses that are brand new, and all of them are fun. It's great to see the students so energetic about it, and the people are so grateful who are going to get the house. When you do a build like that, you work hand in hand with the people who will own it. They have to put in 500 hours of work on the house itself or on some other Habitat project to qualify for the house. And so you get to meet really good, hard-working people that many of us probably wouldn't interact with normally on a day-to-day basis because of either where we come from or where we're going. So all those things I think are neat stories.
What type of obstacles do your students face, do you think?
It's time, always time. You know, the students are so busy here. Most of the students taking a full-time load. Many of them have family obligations. Most of them work at least part-time, and many of them 20 hours or more. So fitting in the extracurricular things, the service things is really tough. So the toughest part, I think, has been scheduling. You know, trying to find times that fit student schedules, and I found lots of interest, and people really want to help, but finding the actual time in their schedule has been a difficult issue for many students.
What would you say to incoming students or students that may could be considering this? What would you say, like, the best thing about it would be?
Oh golly, I guess it's if you like working with your hands and you like being with people and you like making a difference, Habitat's probably for you. When we do a Habitat build, you'll be doing anything from literally laying a foundation with mixing concrete and pouring it in a foundation to sanding, painting, building, putting on roof shingles, doing doors and hardware and things like that. So if you like mechanical things and you like to work with your hands, even if you're not a pro at it, if you'd like to learn about it, Habitat's for you. Get to be with other people who have similar interests, want to make a difference in the world. There's no greater motivation than that.
It's great. That's all I actually need
Okay.
for this. Yeah.
Okay,
I was
very
just-
good.